So here I have a pair of Shinko E705. It's also called Trail Masters, but you never hear this. The funny thing with Shinkos is that people never call them by whatever names they have. They always have some number. So 705s. This size is a 120 80/18. This is gonna be the rear for my CRF 300. This is a tube type. It's a tube type only. But I'm looking at this thing. It seems like you could probably use it for tubeless too. I mean, you don't know until you try. I had a Michelin. Oh God, what Michelin was? It was for my Super Cub, Michelin, and it said tube type as well. It said tube type only. Then I stuck it on the Super Cub, and the Super Cub is a tubeless setup, and it worked. It worked as a tubeless, and I rode it all the way until to the wheel bar, and had no problems. So I think at least the newer tube type tires nowadays that are made, looking at the bead here, the shape is just like a tubeless. I can't tell the difference. They have that, you feel it. They have that same feel as a tubeless. For example, here, let me get my also Shinko. What is this? Shinko, also Trailmaster 705 as well. But these ones are tubeless. And this bead here is the same shape, has the same shape. So anyways, back to the 18s. So these are the block type tires. So when you look at dual sport tires, there's basically two types. There's a block type, like this, blocks, or there's knobbies. Knobbies like here, block type or knobbies. So blocks are more street focus. Knobbies are more a little bit more dirt use. I mean, with the thing with dual sport tires is they're not 100% dirt. Otherwise you would have dirt tires. So the knobby types are usually they're like 50/50 tires or 40/60s or 30/70s or some of that, more dirt focus, whereas the blocks are more street focus, like 80/20s, 70/30s, and I think these ones are, I read it as a 70/30, so 70% street and 30% dirt. I think these are enough dirt for me. I don't plan on riding real off-road. I just ride dirt roads, so these should be fine. And I always like to have a pair of backup tires, backup set. That's the reason why I got these. Even though my bike only has 600 miles now, so those tires are still pretty new. Let's see. So these are actually front and rear. So you see right here it says rear rotation or front rotation. So you use them as both. I wonder what size would this fit as a front though. Maybe a T-Dub 200 is this size, I'm thinking. I'm not sure if they're 18 though, but they're probably this wide. But this tire is actually not that wide though. It's pretty narrow. Looking at it, it's pretty narrow compared to my IRCs on the CRF. The IRCs are actually more wide than the these ones are wide. Well, these ones are mounted, so usually when they're mounted and inflated, they seem a little bit wider than the unmounted, uninflated. So maybe these will come out to be about the same, but I think these might still be more narrow than these ones are. But anyways, let's see what else I want to look at these. So these are made in Korea. Yeah, made in Korea. So Shinko is a Korean brand. It's a budget brand, but they make decent tires for for the price. They're surprisingly not bad. I don't think. I've ridden worse tires than these that are comparable price, and they're worse than these, or as far as the brand goes. not this particular model, but the brand itself. Let's see what else I'm looking at. Oh, so it has a MS rated, so mud and snow, so that's good. What else with these? So these are H rated speed rating. So that's H rating is I think 130 if I can remember correctly. It's one of the letters that's not in order of the alphabet as far as the speed rating goes. So when you look at the speed rating for tires, almost all the letters, they're alphabetical in the rating. So S rating is whatever speed, and the next speed up would be T, then so on and so forth. But the H is one of those ones that's actually not in order. Let's see, what year is the thing made? Let's see the date code. Let's see. Date code, here it is. 27th week of 21. So that's about halfway through 2021. So it's still pretty new. So this thing is less than a year old. By the time I put this one on and use it, it'll probably be like 2 or 3 years old at the earliest. So there it is, max speed 130. So that's the H, and again it's H rated. Okay, so let's do a weight test on this thing. Actually, before I forget, let me do a squat test. So a squat test is me sitting on the tire and see how much the tire kind of squishes down, right? So I do this. I used to do this off camera, but the last few videos I made, I've been doing it on camera. So I'm only 135 pounds, but naked. So with street clothes on, I'm probably about 140. So I'm gonna sit on it and see how much it squats down. Oh. So it didn't squat down that much. Didn't squat down that much, so it's pretty stiff. So I've sat on tires like this that are much softer and squished down a lot more. So this one's pretty stiff. The thing I don't like about really stiff tires is that spooning them on and off, because I do it myself. It's tough, spooning them on and off is tough. And this is going to be a dual sport tire, possibly running tubes. Because this is a tube tire. Running tube, if you get a flat, you want to be able to change out the tube, break the bead on one side and take the bead out on one side and change the tire pretty easily. But when they're really stiff, man, that's like really difficult to do. So here's my my park tool. Let me change the angle here. Park tool, bicycle scale. Let's zero it out. So 0 pounds, 0 ounces. Let's adjust the angle of this thing again. So let's hook this up. Okay. 14 pounds, 5 ounces. So that's a pretty good amount of weight. Let's do that one more time. Oops, it's not. That's weird. It usually zeroes out. Oh, there it goes. So zero it out. Let's lift it up again. 14.4, 14.5. So yeah, so pretty heavy. Rear tire. Yeah, so that's it for the rear. Again, this is a tube type. Funny, because my front one, the front one I have says tubeless. Actually, let's actually look at one more thing. Jeez, let's drop my scale here. So let's look at the inside of the tire. Tube type versus tubeless. So this is the tube. This is the tube type. So the inside has the ribbing, just like a tubeless tire would have. You see the ribbings, but also between the ribbings, there's like a textured. It looks like some type of a textured surface, whatever you would call that. But if you look at the front tire that I have, the inside, it also has ribbing. The ribbing, and also that's similar texture, not the same pattern, but similar. And the ribbing between the two, the front one, the tubeless, this one's tubeless, the ribbing seems to come up a little bit taller. It's a little bit higher than the tube type. The ribbing is a little bit lower, a little flatter. This one's a little bit higher and more bumpier. But besides that, they pretty much seem the same. Oh, other thing is on the side of here where the bead is, uh, the tube type seems to be a little bit rougher. See down here, the ribbing is like rounder, flatter, smoother, but up here it seems to be more angular. So you feel it more. It's more pronounced. Whereas the tubeless one, actually, you know what? The tubeless one is also higher too, and actually narrower and higher. Yeah, a little bit higher, a little bit narrower, so it's more pronounced as well. But anyways, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.